Well, hello everybody and welcome back to MWACattack, your place on the internet for all things photographic. My name is Missy and I am your guide as we travel together those murky waters of professional photography. My goal is to show each and every one of you that being a true professional photographer is a heck of a lot easier than most people think. Well, today's topic is something I get a lot of emails about, and that is the touching up of skin in portraits. Well, on the computer. And what a lot of people ask is how to do it, what's the best way to do it, how much is too much, how much is not enough. And there's a lot of information to cover in this video, and I was a little worried about how I was going to do it all until the answer was given to me in the form of a 3-day wedding photography workshop that I got to watch some of this weekend, given by one of the rock stars in our industry on Creative Live. And I realized that in order to get all this information out, my delivery has to change a little bit. So bear with me. I'm going to try it, and hopefully you guys can learn a little something and keep up. So here we go. Okay, when it comes to retouching, what you really want to do is, first of all, not call it retouching, because retouching is really old school, and a lot of people call it retouching. A lot of old school photographers call it retouching. You don't want to call it retouching because you want to stand apart. You want to make yourself stand apart, and the only way to make yourself stand apart is to really call it something else. So I like to call it editing. I think editing is more professional. I think editing says, I am trendy, I am current, I am hip, I am going to have my work published in publications. That's what editing says. Old school brings to mind things like film and film cameras, and you don't want that to come to mind. 12-year-olds processing black and whites. Oh, come on. Nobody wants to do that, so you really want to call it editing right from the start. Now, speaking of publications, there are some really great retouchers out there. There are. If we go head-to-head in a retouching competition, I'm going to lose. I know that. I know that. There's somebody like Pratik Nayak who has well, he calls it retouching. He calls it retouching, and he's done it for some of the big ones like GQ magazine, Elle magazine. He does a fantastic job. He spent a lot of time, he spent a lot of money, he spent a lot of energy doing it all. His work is fantastic, but really, I have to tell you all, who has that much time? As professionals in this industry, we're busy. We're busy. We're busy moms. We're busy PTA members. We're busy shopping. We're busy with our MWAC pack. We're busy with our spouses. Really, photography is one of the last things we want to spend a whole lot of time with, and you don't have to, because now there are some really great programs that you can just buy. You can buy them for maybe the price of a couple pairs of shoes. And all you do is put them on your computer. And then what you do is you put your photo in, and then you just use these slider buttons back and forth. And those slider buttons will then adjust or de-adjust the photos to your liking. And then what you do is you just make it to your liking. Now, your liking might not be my liking, and we need to change that, and that's what I'm here to talk about today. How much is too much? Where do I go? Missy, how do I determine what is the right amount of retouching? Well, it's very, very easy. You don't want to go to a DVD. You don't want to go to a guide. You don't want to go to someone else's retouching and look at it. Where you want to go is to Walmart or Target. You want to go just really down the toy aisle. You don't need a cart. You just need one of those little things on your arms, those little red things that you carry. I don't know really what they're called. An arm basket is what we call them in my house, but it's okay if you have a different name for him. I think that would be adorable. So what you want to do is go down the toy aisle and look for this, because this is your guide. This is what you're really going to want to reach for. This is the pinnacle of retouching. This is what all skin tone should look like if you are a professional photographer. Let's take a good look at her. This is Barbie, for those of you who aren't familiar with Barbie. Barbie is a toy put out by Mattel, and really look at her skin. See how flawless it is? Look how flawless. Do you see any flaws at all? Do you see any character lines? Do you see any blemishes? Do you see any scars on Barbie? No, you don't. You know why? Because that's what people want. You want your work, when it is finished, to look like Barbie, and that's what these programs do, because you know what they do? They apply it. Whew. They apply one effect over the whole skin, over the whole head, over the whole arms, over the whole chest. That's what you want, because it gives you this look, and people love this look. Now, I know what you're thinking right now. You know, Barbie's blonde-haired and blue-eyed, and Missy, I'm not blonde-haired and blue-eyed. You say, well, look at me. Do I look like I'm blonde and blue-eyed? No, I'm not. The great thing is it works on all skin tone, on all hair color, on all eye color. This is okay, she's also blue-eyed, but that's okay, because She's got blue eyes, but that's okay because you can do the same thing with brown eyes, hazel eyes, green eyes. It doesn't matter at all. It works on all skin tone. And look at the sheen on the skin. Do you see the sheen? Do you see how it's kind of sparkling? Do you see how it kind of has that kind of plastic look? It kind of reminds me of saran wrap. Don't do this at home, but if you took saran wrap and you put it over your face, that's kind of what this looks like. And that is really nice. And you see that in all the magazines and all the publications Okay, I haven't been in any publications, but if I was, I would tell you right now that the images in there would look like this. Now, when it comes to our redheaded friends, freckles are great. I love freckles. I have freckles in the summer all the time when I don't put on sunscreen. I think freckles are beautiful, but not in a portrait. And so for our redheaded friends, what you want to do is use those slider buttons all the way over so that all those freckles on the redheaded faces just blend, okay? They're just going to blend into the background, and that is what you want. Take a look at Redhead Barbie. Do you see any freckles on Redhead Barbie? Heck no, you don't. You know why you don't see any? Because they are not there. Mattel knows. Mattel retouching is the way to go. Freckles are gone. Any imperfections in the skin, gone. Any wrinkles, gone. If there's a line on the face, it's gone. If there's a pore, it's gone. That's what we want. Now, it doesn't work just for ladies. I know what you're thinking. It works great for guys too. I know that Ken is missing his pants. I have no idea where they are. I think maybe the dog took them in the backyard. I haven't gone to look because I really didn't have time. I've been so busy. But even on like a hipster Ken, look at the sheen on his skin. Do you see that? See how white his teeth are and how blue his eyes are? And do you see how he's still rocking that plastic Mattel skin? That is what you want. That's the pinnacle. That's what you should reach for. Now, it doesn't work just for men, just for women. It's also great for children. Children are not exempt from this kind of retouching. I know a lot of people think that just because they're children, they really don't need that much retouching. They do. Are they human beings? Yes. Do they have skin? Yes. Do they have pores? Yes. Do they have eyes that have color in them? Yes. Then you're going to want to run them through the same software that you're running through your adults. Not just children. Those precious, precious newborns, you can put them in there too. I mean, they probably won't take as long because they're smaller and you can get done with them sooner, but you should retouch them exactly the same way. So when it comes to your work, when it comes to looking at your retouching, when you have an image on your screen and you just sit back and think, I just don't know what I'm going to do with this. I just don't know what I'm going to do with this. Make sure that you keep a Barbie next to your computer screen. I think it's so, 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 so important. It'll make your photos look gorgeous. You'll be so happy with them when they're done. Your clients will love them. If they're going to go in any kind of editorial or any kind of publication, those publication people will love them. And you're just going to be a better professional editor for it. As for me, the Barbie that I have next to my computer is one that means a whole lot to me. And I think it's no surprise why. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you learned a little something. As always, if we're not friends on Facebook, why the heck not? Find me at facebook.com/MWACattack. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.